Do you ever feel like there just aren't enough hours in the day? Like you're constantly busy, but never actually getting anything important done? Trust me, I've been there. It feels like you're running on a hamster wheel, right? Well, today, we're going to change that. I'm going to share 7 proven techniques that'll help you unlock your time, supercharge your productivity, and finally take control of your day. These aren't just theories. They're practical, actionable strategies that have transformed the way I work and live. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's dive in. First up, the Eisenhower Matrix. It sounds complicated, but it's brilliantly simple. It was developed by Dwight D. Eisenhower, and it helps you prioritize tasks by categorizing them into 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1 is for tasks that are both urgent and important. These are your top priorities, the things you need to do immediately. Think of crises, pressing deadlines, or major problems. Quadrant 2 is where the magic happens. Tasks that are important, but not urgent. This includes planning, personal development, and building relationships. Spending more time here is the key to long-term success and less stress. Quadrant 3 is for tasks that are urgent but not important. These are often distractions, disguised as work, like some emails, certain meetings, or other people's minor requests. Delegate these whenever you can. Finally, Quadrant 4 is for tasks that are neither urgent nor important. These are time wasters like mindless scrolling or binge. The goal is to eliminate these as much as possible. By sorting your to-do list into these 4 boxes, you'll gain incredible clarity on what truly deserves your attention. Next, let's talk about the Pomodoro technique. If you struggle with focus or feel overwhelmed by large projects, this one's for you. It's named after the Italian word for tomato because its creator, Francesco Cirillo, who set a tomato-shaped kitchen timer. Here's how it works. You set a timer for 25 minutes and work on a single task with intense focus. No interruptions, no checking your phone, just pure, dedicated work. When the timer rings, you take a short 5-minute break. Stretch, grab some water, or just step away from your desk. After 4 of these Pomodoros, you take a longer break, say 15 to 30 minutes. This method is powerful because it breaks down daunting tasks into manageable chunks. It also trains your brain to focus for short bursts, which combats burnout and keeps your mind fresh throughout the day. Hebit at 3. You'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish in just one 25-minute session. Technique number 3 is time blocking. This is my personal favorite for gaining control over my schedule. Instead of working from a simple to-do list, you schedule specific blocks of time for each task directly into your calendar. For example, you might block out 9 to 10 a.m. for writing emails, DS to 12 for working on a major project, and so on. This method forces you to be realistic about how long tasks will take and ensures that your priorities get a dedicated spot in your day. It turns your calendar from a list of appointments into a concrete plan for your life. When you time block, you're not just hoping you'll have time for important work. You're making time for it. This also helps create boundaries. When someone asks if you're free, you can confidently look at your calendar and say, I have something scheduled then, but I'm free at this other time. It's about being proactive with your time, not reactive to everyone else's demands. Coming in at number 4 is the 2-minute rule, popularized by David Allen in his book, Getting Things Done. The rule is simple. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. Don't write it down. Don't postpone it. Just get it done right then and there. This applies to things like responding to a quick email, making a phone call, filing a document, or putting a dish in the dishwasher. It seems almost too simple, but it's incredibly effective at preventing small tasks from piling up and creating mental clutter. When you let these little things accumulate, they weigh on your mind and create a feeling of being overwhelmed. By knocking them out right away, you keep your workspace and your mind clear, freeing up mental energy for the bigger, more important tasks that truly require your focus. Our 5th technique is all about beating procrastination. Eat the frog. This colorful phrase comes from a Mark Twain. Quote, if it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. Your frog is your most important, most challenging task of the day, the one you're most likely to procrastinate on. By tackling this task first thing in the morning, before you get distracted by other things, you accomplish two major things. First, you ensure that the most critical work gets done. Second, you get a huge psychological boost. Completing your toughest task gives you a sense of accomplishment and momentum that carries you through the rest of the day. Everything else will seem easier in comparison. So, identify your frog for tomorrow and make a plan to eat it as soon as you start your day. Technique number 6 is batching. This is the opposite of multitasking, which we now know is terrible for productivity. Batching involves grouping similar tasks together and doing them all at once in a dedicated time block. For example, instead of checking your email every 10 minutes, set aside 2 or 3 specific times per day to process your entire inbox. Instead of making one phone call now and another in an hour, schedule a call block and make all your calls back. You can batch content creation, meal prepping, running errands, almost anything. Why does this work? Because every time you switch between different types of tasks, your brain has to reorient itself, which costs time and mental energy. By batching, you stay in the same mental mode, allowing you to work more efficiently and maintain a state of flow. It minimizes context switching and maximizes your focus. And finally, our 7th and final technique, the weekly review. This is the glue that holds all the other strategies together. At the end of each week, take 30 to 60 minutes to reflect on the past week and plan for the week ahead. Look at what you accomplished, what went well, and what didn't. Did you stick to your time blocks? Did you eat your frog each day? This isn't about judging yourself. It's about learning and adjusting. Then, look at your calendar and goals for the upcoming week. Identify your key priorities. Schedule your important tasks and set yourself up for success. A weekly review provides clarity, ensures you're staying aligned with your long-term goals, and allows you to start each week with a clear, intentional plan instead of just reacting to whatever comes your way. It's your Strategia command center for a productive life. So there you have it. 7 powerful techniques to help you unlock your time and become a productivity powerhouse. The Eisenhower Matrix for prioritizing, the Pomodoro technique for focus, time blocking for planning, the 2-minute rule for small tasks, eating the frog for big tasks, batching for efficiency, and the weekly review for strategic planning. You don't have to implement all of them at once. Start with 1 or 2 that resonate with you the most, and build from there. The goal isn't to be a perfect, productive robot. It's to be more intentional with your time so you can focus on what truly matters to you, both in your work and in your life. Which one are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on living a more productive and fulfilling life. See you in the next one.